where we at? Phase 5 or the meeting?
All right, phase 5 then the meeting. Go phase 5.
Yeah, because I need to hear about this meeting.
Oh, then we might as well get to the meeting.
Okay, sorry guys. Okay, yeah.
How is it not a secret meeting?
Because we're production. Production always leaves after talent.
When did this happen, first of all?
After recording.
Like what year? I mean, like
2020.
Like years ago?
This happened years ago. This is the beginning of the end.
Okay.
Beginning of end of phase 3.
Okay.
The beginning of the very
With Rory and Maul.
Now, what I will say about this quote unquote secret meeting, it wasn't a secret meeting. Okay. It was a Friday night in Queens, and Joe wanted to leave. Joe left early. You happened to just leave. But listen.
Cap in your raps.
How was that cap?
Oh, cap it.
How was that cap?
Nah, get it off.
I'm not going to interrupt you. Go ahead. Joe left early, or was the work done?
The work was done, and
so
Joe
that's
left.
very different from Joe left early.
The work was done, and Joe was the first to leave.
Oh.
We're at Parks' house, so Parks is not going to go anywhere.
Joe also left with Corey and Rosa Costa.
Yes.
Yeah. So
on a Friday night.
Exactly.
On a Friday. Things
so
to do.
You were
and
out
Rosa
the door
Costa
first.
is in the car.
All right. Yes. So you were
and
out the door
first. You want me to hang out in Parks' basement with a bunch of penises.
No, absolutely
so
not.
don't paint it like Joe don't have valid reason to want to get the fuck out of however long we parted for on a Friday night with Rosa Costa in town till the morning.
No, I don't think that was the case.
So what I'll say is...
Yeah, come on, but mine sounds sexier, right?
But no,
it sounds Joe was in a rush to leave.
It don't.
Joe just left.
Joe was not in a rush to leave. Joe was in the regular...
We were done recording.
The regular flow of the night.
Yeah.
So then how is it a secret meeting if you were the first one to leave?
That's where I toss it back to you. Joe left.
Okay.
Joe left.
With Corey and Rosa Costa.
There was no secret meeting. If the work is done and Joe was like, hey, I got a friend in town. I'm out.
So I was
left.
out. That's true.
You left. So there isn't, it's not like we met. It's not like we conspired to be like, yo, Alex, Rory, Maul, let's stay back.
It wasn't none of that.
It was, oh shit, all right, work is done. Joe, we holler at you, go do your thing with Rosa. Y'all have a history, y'all are friends. So y'all hit the town, y'all hit the streets, whatever y'all did. And that was it. We just happened to be there. Now, I'm gonna give a little bit of context. Because, again, this is the shit you can't, for at least 2, 3, maybe even 4 years, however long that I worked with y'all, I helped or assisted in Maul's transportation. Most times I would call an Uber for him to get there and for him to go back. So a lot of the times, Maul wouldn't leave until he was like, yo, bro, I'm ready to go. Right? Mm-hmm. You had left so fast to be with your friends, as you have the right to do on a Friday night, 5 minutes away from Starlets. We all know. I don't know if you went to Starlets that night. I do know it's around the corner, whatever it is you wanted to do. You left. We're sitting there. I call the Uber, and we have some waiting time. The waiting time is your crew. The waiting time is the people you just left to work with. And I will give you this respect, right? You have the people who work with you the closest just sitting there, and people talk.
Like any job.
I received that. I received that.
Yeah.
People that have worked corporate jobs tell me that that's normal for all of the staff to meet up covertly.
We didn't meet up.
And kick,
we didn't meet up, and it wasn't covert.
Back in.
It wasn't covert.
It wasn't covert, and we didn't meet up.
Well, that's my
they were just there.
The supervisor left the office.
True. That's plausible deniability. We was just there.
Yeah,
they was just there. That's true.
Okay.
That's true. I love this. Continue.
It's like you guys are going back and forth wording it like different.
Because I want to shut up because I can't say nothing because they was there.
Okay.
I wasn't there. I can't.
Okay.
This is not my story
I want
to
to know
tell.
what happened.
Oh, I got you.
Okay, let's go.
People, Rory, Maul. It was me, Rory, Maul, Parks, SaVon, and
Erickson.
Shout out to E, man. I ain't seen E in a minute. And people were talking about, Rory and Maul were discussing how, they were discussing the workflow. And they feeling overworked, and maybe how we could reposition how to record or just other ways around it, right? I'm gonna be honest with y'all though. I was confused why them niggas was talking to us. Cause I'm like, respectfully, what am I gonna do? I'm just keeping it 1,000, but I get it though. When people have frustrations about shit, any near party, you gonna get it off. I get it. But to me, I'm like, fam, we not no percentage shares and nothing here. We staff for real. But in those conversations, they were just explaining about the workflow. I guess around that time we started to pick up, right? Was Patreon introduced yet around that time?
This was the end of the Spotify deal.
This is the end of the Spotify
So there was
deal.
a lot of question marks in the building.
Gotcha.
Nobody knew what was going on.
Yeah.
Again, as somebody who was with Joe before the Spotify deal, my perspective was, oh shit, before the Spotify deal, we didn't have much, right? We was making lemonade out of fucking lemons. It was, we was in the trenches, right?
Grind mode,
for sure.
It was grind mode before the Spotify deal. Spotify deal comes, like you said earlier, we exceeded that shit. Y'all killed it. Every single city, every single episode. There are times where I used to call Ian like, hey, Ian, you see these numbers? Ian would call Joe, and Joe would call me like, nigga, why the fuck didn't you tell me this is what it was?
Like this.
So I know on like the Spotify era, shit was moving crazy. But at that particular moment with the meeting, the quote unquote meeting, there was a lot of uncertainty. We didn't know what was coming next. As the crew, as production. I don't know your internal conversations with Rory and Maul, but from my perspective, I'm looking at, oh wait, this nigga Joe is about to go crazy because I know what they saying about Joe Rogan. And I know what we just did for Spotify. I know what it was a different perception from my point of view. But I can say that quote unquote meeting, it wasn't a meeting to try to convolute around Joe Budden. Like it was Joe left, we talked, niggas was tight because some people, myself, I felt overworked and underpaid at certain points. But I think a lot of employees, a lot of people.
On yourself. Get out the way.
No, I tell you, it's called accountability.
Got to.
It's called the. Look at this nigga. Yo, you gotta watch Joe, bro.
I know.
You gotta take accountability. I felt.
He was like, he talked a lot in that meeting apparently.
No, for sure, Reggie.
That's what he just said.
But wait, they all did. They all did.
He's like, I had
They had
complaints.
a blast while I'm out with Rosa Costa. Yo, they fucked my whole night up.
Wait, I have a question. How did you find out about this meeting though?
Oh.
Well, Reggie, go. No,
No, I'm just asking. How did you find out about the meeting anyway?
Well,
You want me to say it?
Since it wasn't a secret meeting, why was it such a big? Nobody hit me about the content of the meeting.
Right. But
Everyone's like,
talk about.
I don't know what's happening.
nah, but see, again, back to
Since it wasn't a secret meeting, like why didn't anybody hit me to tell me like, yo, it's meeting time. Or,
Yeah.
yo, we just had a meeting. This is what we discussed.
Yeah, guys.
Yo, a few of us is frustrated by. If it wasn't a secret, then why nobody tell me?
Well, going back to what Alex said, like from
We were just the
out,
staff.
yeah,
We just the staff.
you gotta know, nigga. I gotta know, like you.
Big Reg. They just the staff.
we just
They're just staff. They're just there.
That's true.
and in your meetings, we've never had meetings with you
Parks
involved at
told
that
me.
time.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Because I'm still who snitched. Like,
Yeah, Parks told me. Or he told Ian and Ian told me. I don't remember how it went now, but I got it from there. Oh, Parks told me. He never told me what it was. He never told me what anybody said.
but he was in the meeting too, so I don't know.
But he said, buddy,
They're plotting.
you might want to make some calls.
Oh shit.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
So why
okay.
they so mad at Paul?
I
It's not
can't-
that bad.
I'm sure there's a plethora of reasons why niggas are mad at.
I get it. Everybody has their own
at
relationships
Parks.
with each other. Sure.
Yeah, but you know, in people brain, I won't speak for them, but in people brain, maybe they felt like Parks was one way in this meeting and one way around me.
Yeah.
Maybe they didn't like how Parks went about some of them breakup episodes. I receive all that. That wasn't a good time for none of us. I didn't go about it the greatest, but yeah, that's how I found out.